Welcome to the locker, season 6, episode 16, day number 2 for the week. Same breaking news, but yeah, we come back checking in like we normally do on Wednesday from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or somewhere close to that till 10 or whenever we get tired.
That is true.
So, man, you know what? Somebody said this to me this week.
Okay.
And I mean, I think it's Boulder Dash, but a little interesting because you know why? That was crazy as hell. We had a terrible football season. Joker went down the shitter, went down straight down the drain.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got done, there's a whole lot of questions being asked. People started jumping ship. People started getting worried. Do you know what happened right after that? Like after who was the last person who was the last person who left? Dane, maybe? That would really matter?
Yeah. Who really mattered? Yeah, it was definitely Dane.
And then after that, oh man, so we kind of the reason I say this because I work in media. So for about a month and a half, there was no news, and everybody, some people like me and you probably feel like, hey, no news is good news this time of year. Like, hey, because it's typically bad news or something that you really don't want to be happening. Now the news jumped back. Now the news didn't jump back up. What's the likelihood? What's the likelihood? What? How we know this ain't another Michigan State or North Carolina? Why ain't he gone already? And why would he announce it before he left? Before the ink is wet, dry. And wouldn't this be perfect to get everybody up, get everybody in an uproar about him not returning? His locker ain't cleaned out.
Damn, man.
That it can't be, maybe it could be mended. I don't think the whole thing is a hoax, but maybe some of it just went through like, hey, maybe ultimatum was given.
This is why this one feels real, because it got into the national media saying that he is gone. It wasn't just local media. It was national media guys saying that he is gone. Now that you made me think about it, you're right.
Didn't it happen with Texas A&M too? And this is national media. And is the national media speculating on anything about what he gonna do? The national media just saying the same thing we saying.
No. All right. In this one, national media got out front. They were the first.
Right.
The local media was saying, as reported by da. So that's a good damn question, though. What's the difference? I'm gonna say this, Anthony. No matter what happens, his ass needs to go. And here's the reason why. Because if it was to, let's just say, Alabama, since it's happened before. Let's say he said, I'm going to Alabama because of whatever reason, and national media says he's going to Alabama. I'm like, okay, maybe he can come back. But when your ass goes to Louisville, you bring up animosity and bad will within the Commonwealth. I don't think you can come back from that. Honestly. I honestly don't think you can come back from that. As far as keeping that, he kind of had Teflon on him. He could do no wrong. If he comes back now, that Teflon is gone, dude. It just ripped apart. Because people start scratching. You know how you get that little piece of something and it's just a little bit and you start messing with it, it becomes bigger and bigger. Every day that passed is not just a little dent.
I'm seeing you a little bit. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I think that makes it more. I'm saying we went from absolutely no, and that's been the thing with like all the big time media, like, man, I'm getting a little worried. The football program ain't doing nothing. Like, they ain't putting out no programs, ain't giving out interviews. And then I'm saying, not all all eyes are on them now. Our fan base is kind of rearing their head. There's some, like you said, there's some that's like, hey, I don't want them to return. Not for that reason, for other reasons. But here, listen, like all types of scenarios for you. Put it like this. Do you know who the top receiver was any damn time in the history of Kentucky football?
What do you mean by top receiver?
Who's the best receiver of all time in Kentucky football?
Craig Yeast, in my opinion.
My opinion too. His son was committed to Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
Him and his son pulled their commitment from Kentucky, went to Louisville.
Uh-huh.
Did everybody get mad at Craig?
Hell yeah.
Do you know what was on the stove behind all that business? What that he was gonna come back? He was gonna recommit back if X, Y, and Z would have happened?
I can speculate.
So my point is this. Here's another scenario I want you to take a look at. Vince pulls the whole I'm leaving thing. And here's the thing, like, to me, I'm with you. I think he pissed enough people off. But I've said this all along. They took, and the one thing that don't make sense to me, apparently they took some responsibility from, which basically was saying that you're responsible for the 4-8 season. I think he took offense. But if you buddies and you can't take your gloves off, then you can't be. All me and my best friends that had either a physical or a verbal F you. I say this, man. The perfect spot to me before all this went down, take Vince out of the damn room, the coaching room, make him the GM, let him still say the NFL liaison. Associate head coach, you may take that from him as well. Bring CJ Conrad in. Because so basically he was going to do the same thing. I don't know why Stoops did not make him, and like I said, I don't know if it's over yet. I don't know why Stoops didn't make him the GM, or if it's even, we may not, I don't even think we've named one at this point.
Because
why would you leave before? Huh?
Because Eddie Grant is the GM.
He's named the GM?
I don't know namesake.
That's what I'm saying.
But from the people whom I trust, Eddie Grant is basically the GM.
No, see, that's where you at. That's where you're wrong. I mean, that's not where you're wrong. I know of that this is basically this, and this was given to this, and Eddie Grant here, Eddie Grant's here. That's, if it ain't on paper, then why would you leave? If it's not inked, why would he leave to go there? And he could have been the GM at UK.
This is my. I want people to understand. I'm not in Lexington, and I'm not. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a person whom is a texter say, "Hey, guys, give me the information." That's not me. For me, once if I get into that role, now I know too much, and now I get really dangerous. I don't want to know all the stuff, but this is what I've read, and I start putting pieces of puzzles together. Is that in the past, Vince had, for lack of a better word, autonomy over player evaluation, player selection, all that stuff.
Right.
So now I want y'all to understand this to get into this profession as in coaching, you got to have an ego. I don't give a damn who you are. You might not seem like you have an ego, but I guarantee you every coach in the college profession has egos. So now, Anthony, I'm just in my plans in my head. I come to Kentucky with one of my best friends, right? One of my good friends. I don't want to say best friend. One of my good friends. We 2-10. His eyes, he's going to say, him and I, as in Stoops and myself as Vince, brought this program to 2 10-win seasons. I think I have a lot of cachet. So now, in year 11, 10, 11, 12, you're going to start taking some responsibility away from me when shit is going the wrong way. I think now I need more responsibility. Not saying he's right, but what I'm saying is from an ego standpoint, is why would you start stripping me of my responsibilities now? And once you start doing this, now I feel like I thought we were boys. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was boys. You ain't gonna come tell me my responsibility to strip. And now I can't even do what I'm supposed to do. I'm recruiting coordinator. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not saying I'm just that's the only thing I can come up with.
It sounds cute. It sounds good. It sounds cute. I don't think the ink is dry yet. I'll say this. I'm gonna ask you this question.
Whoa. So what you're telling me?
No, I'm not. I'm speculating. I'm completely speculating. I'm not using any sources. I'm not using any sources.
What you're speculating to me is that there's still a chance.
Yeah, because nothing's been
made
finalized. He ain't even cleaned up his office.
I cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah.
Damn.
Here's something you look at. You might be frozen. Your screen frozen. You look at the history of Kentucky football. I guess from our years, mid '90s. Why did Bill Curry get fired?
Because
along with the record.
Oh. Shit, I don't
was our defense good? Was our defense good or bad?
Defense was good.
Our offense was last in the country.
Correct. Oh, so okay. So what you telling me if the offense
I ain't done yet. I ain't done. Why have Mummy get fired?
Well, because I got fired, but because of Tim. Why did Mummy get fired, or why did he get brought in?
No, how did stuff go down? How does stuff go downhill? And this is what me and you talked about this. If you have a bad season, you got to make a change. Now, one bad season shouldn't cause what happened here. But people are saying we've been trending in the wrong direction. And the coaches I just named, all they had to do was get rid of their coordinator.
Facts.
So instead of getting rid of his buddy, he just asked him, hey, step back a little bit. And we gone. Now, Vince might be butt sore. Vince might wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? Man, that blue looked better on me than red. He might say that. But I'm with you. I think his feelings are hurt. I think there had to be a change made. I just don't know why you kick up dust if all we do is take, and I get you on the ego part. All they did was taking his coaching responsibilities away. And like you said, I mean, autonomy, but we gave you autonomy and you led us to 4-8. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I know you said you don't want to know too much. You don't want to say too much because I know you know this. Because you talk to people that be in the same room. They're people I know be in the same room. So if they had a heated discussion over a month ago, why is this just now coming out? Not the heated discussion, but Vince not being happy. Because after that heated discussion, they should have just scrapped and hugged. Like they should have fought and they just hugged it out. Or it should have been F you. Then he should have been on his way out a long time ago. Or maybe he's been working on this the whole time.
Well, from the people whom, like I said, the people whom are the insiders that I know on Twitter, they have said that this has been in the works for a long time. Justin Rowland was on a trip with his son. And before he left, he said, there are going to be some exciting news while I'm not here. And then he tweeted why he's in New Mexico or whatever. And he said, yeah, this ain't news. I guess he couldn't say it, but this has been rumbling, bubbling for a long time. Look, I'm gonna say this, and Vince has been treated like a king because of this, y'all. Because he has been a coach of the people, and he has been the press secretary of Kentucky football. He's been the one out there when something needs to be said to the press. He's been front and center. So the perception is that's why he's king, because he's been the face of. Brett White ain't coming out and talking about
right
stuff. We haven't had a damn coordinator for the same coordinator shit since pre-COVID. So I mean, he's the face, and that's the reality of where we are. But Ant, you just brought up some dude. Now you got me in the bind.
I don't think, man. I'm telling you. With everything, the speculation, all the stuff you're hearing from the inside, I just know if they that good of friends, like I said, Vince got to have enough pride. When the hell, if you think you can do better, shit, go ahead, have at it. I'm still making 1.4. That's the thing I can't get. And does his cachet go with him to Louisville? First of all, do Louisville fans not remember his L's down? Maybe they get over it now because is he that attractive to Louisville? Considering we didn't want him, or it was is he that attractive to Louisville? And does he get to do what he did here? I mean, you done so much here. How can Louisville fans appreciate you? Like, we didn't want him, go ahead, go on over there. And that's what it sounds like, because that's what the fan base is saying, half of it. Everybody loves him. I don't think nobody's, like, mad at him. They maybe a little hurt. But like I said, I think it's some of it like, man, if you want to go over there, go. Just like if we had a teammate talking about transferring, you know how they used to do all the time in the locker room, man, I'm transferred. Like,
right.
Tim Couch's ass was transferring. If they ain't get rid of Curry, he was going.
Yeah. No, he look, y'all. I think I have enough history to say how much I love the program at University of Kentucky. But I don't know why the hell Tim Couch came to Kentucky anyway.
You ain't remember the story? His dad.
Well, I know his dad. I know. But as a guy whom mom, when I came home, I had to tell my dad, hey, bro, ease over mom because I think I'm going to Kentucky. So I understand the strife.
I'm going to assume both your parents have college degrees, college education, and probably a nice career.
No.
So you never been to Hyde in Kentucky.
You're right. You're right.
So
you're right. You're right. You're right.
You got it. Hey, son, you got to go to Kentucky. You got to go.
You're right. I take that back. I take that back. You're right. I still. Wow. Didn't his father, wasn't this Tim Couch, Mr. Couch, a high school coach too? Did he coach?
I don't remember his dad being a coach. I don't think so. He could have been. I don't remember him. I
don't give a damn what. There is no way I'm sending my son, who's been a shotgun, just thread needles for how many years he was a starter, and to go to Lexington, Kentucky on Saturday and see the offense they're running, and to have my son go. That's just.
But there ain't nowhere in the world. I mean, you got to agree. There ain't nowhere in the world that Bill Curry and Eddie Uselak told him. There ain't nowhere in the world. You don't think they told him, yeah, we gonna model the offense around you. Now it might not be 5 wides, but they might have told him, we're gonna throw it around a little bit if you get here.
Okay, that's fair.
Or you think they told him, hey, you remember we made Rashawn Salam a Heisman Trophy winner. We can do the same with you.
We didn't have Tim Couch on here since the statute of limitations gone. For him to tell the truth, because I would like to hear what was said. That's a good one. Did they?
They couldn't have told him he was going to be running the option. They couldn't have.
Damn, but I don't. You're right. I'm gonna say you're right. I don't think it was Curry because I don't think he would lie to him. Maybe Uselak went to his home by himself and said some shit.
Hey, could have been.
Oh, dude, that is wow, man.
Put it like this. So let me ask you this. I'm back to this Vince thing.
Yeah,
I'm convincing myself. The more I talk about it and turn it around, upside down, flipping in my head, man, I think it's something behind it. Well, let me ask you this. If Louisville ain't announced nothing yet because the paperwork ain't done,
they haven't.
He ain't cleaned out his office yet.
That's wild.
Hold on. So how long is this? So Louisville's not striking while the iron is hot right now, while everybody's excited about it.
Right.
By the time the smoke clears, ain't nobody gonna care, and it ain't gonna be nothing unless they don't want that heat and don't think nobody's gonna care. Because the big, as much influence as he had at Kentucky, I don't think he can go to Louisville and have the same influence. I'm not saying he's gonna be a likable guy. The fan base is gonna like him. But Louisville fans ain't gonna be like, oh man, yeah, do what you did at Kentucky. No, they're gonna be like, man, forget him, man. Now he might change some minds if they start winning, but winning ain't gonna have nothing to do with him because he ain't coaching.
So, do you think this is a Stoops deal where Jeff Brown wants him, but then the Board of Regents like the big man,
Texas A&M, the Texas A&M moving. I honestly believe I can make this work in my head if he said, man, if you don't want me here, then say it. Go talk to whoever you want to talk to. Shit. And that's what he did. Because I think that's what happened with Mel Tucker. Okay. I don't know how much truth was it to the Mel. Hey man, just call him and tell him, yeah, 1.5, 1.3, 1.2, somewhere around there. That'll work. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say this, Dan, because you brought up some great points. All right. If this wasn't Vince's first time, if this was his first time doing this, he might have a shot. But for him to go through this 2-3 times, I think people are tired of it.
He never announced nothing the first time, though.
No, but come on.
No,
man.
Didn't he post on social media? He posted something cryptic on social media.
I thought he did with Tucker.
Nah, I think it was Michigan State and them doing it. I think it was the other side of them.
Okay. So
talking about they were like
Tucker. Okay.
So I think this is, and I go back to, I really think that he's causing. I think it ain't been no news on our team, and I think this is just news. And so I don't think it's over with. But
all right. If we doing a poll,
thank you.
If we doing a poll, Anthony, what's your percentage of him leaving? What's your percentage of him coming back?
Leaving and him coming back, I'm gonna say 60, 65, 40. I mean 65, 35. Now 60, 40.
Damn.
Maybe even 55, 45.
Jeez, so he ain't going nowhere then. He ain't going nowhere. If you said 50,
huh?
If you said 55, Anthony, he ain't going nowhere.
There's a small percentage because just like Matt Chandler said, if he wants to go. What's the holdup? And if we want to keep you, that's where I think the standoff is at. Okay. That's where and when people go through, you know why they don't let people just go down there tomorrow and get a divorce? You got to be separated for what, 6 months, 3 months, something like that. I don't know. I never been married. You got to be separated for a certain amount of time. You can't just have a knee-jerk reaction and just wake up and say, here, sign these papers. I think that's where we at now. Everybody looking at themselves in the mirror. And I always said this before, if I'm not going to get rid of you, we got to have a contingency plan. We got to have corrective action. Like we got to have, these are things we got to do to keep this relationship cool. But one thing for damn sure, Eddie Graham's going to run this ship. Now you can stick around here, but I don't know what you plan on doing. We'll let you coach some tight end. We'll let you talk to NFL. But like you said, I think he should have been just like they're doing basketball. At UK basketball, we put the best talkers and the best people person, the best people in the front office and let them just use the gift of gab.
I hear you, man. I just can't.
Well, let me ask you this. When you asked me the question and you so surprised about my 45, 55, this is all I'm saying when I said that. Would you be surprised if he left?
No.
Would you be surprised if he stayed?
Hell yeah.
Huh? You'll be surprised right now if he stayed. I'm talking knowing everything you know, knowing that they ain't signed no paperwork. They best friends.
I would be surprised because I read.
Did he just get married 2 years ago to a Lexington woman?
That sounds familiar.
Go ahead.
maybe because I'm a Scorpio and I'm petty. There's no way from what I've heard that no one within the Kentucky Athletics and boosters knew anything about him leaving. And then we get this shit that he's been talking about going somewhere, and word gets out from whomever, because for the national news, the national media to write something like this means someone told someone. So now, whomever said something, someone in your camp or someone in Louisville camp, but you ain't never come to me and say, well, hey man, I'm Vince to coach to hey coach, look, Mark, look, man, there's gonna be some shit that's gonna come out. I am talking, not saying I'm making the decision. I just want you to know that I am talking, and there's a chance for no one to know about this shit. And it's how can I, as a coach, let him come back in the coach's office, to the coach's locker room?
Because y'all had to blow up. How many players has left us? What did your boy do? Dane went to Nebraska. I'm going to Nebraska too. He goes over and F's up, F's around, and we bring him back. We've been like that. That's been the culture here. Once
totally
you went about
totally different.
They had to fight. They had to fight. They upset. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm about to say the M word. This joker is making $1.3 million. Highest paid position coach probably in the country. And now you're going to flirt with somebody else? I asked Coach Stoops has taken care of you. Every time I have gone to bat for you and taken care of you. Every time. And now you're going to let this? No, man. But like I said, I'm petty like that, though. It's no way. If it was to somewhere else, and I'm too close to the Kentucky brand, so I'm not Coach Stoops.
No,
Coach Stoops
bullshit.
Is Iowa.
Bull job. Why? No. Why would you? If you want them out of your hair, why do you care where they go? And I understand, but for the fan base, it's gonna hurt them, and it's even gonna hurt Louisville's brand. Is what I'm saying. It's gonna hurt our brand because he goes to Louisville.
No, that's right. But because I'm a Kentucky person, for him to go to Louisville is bullshit. Now, Stoops ain't got nothing to do with that. But I have gone to bat for you multiple times. I got you the money that you wanted, and now you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this behind the. Now, if Stoops know about this, now everything else is forget everything else I said.
But why does everybody keep saying your people and you and Ann listen to the same people? Everybody keeps saying this has been in the works for over a year, and this is where the stuff ain't making sense to me. I'm talking about as a person, as a player, as a passionate person about the game and the university. Here's where the thing ain't making sense, man. Everybody keeps saying this whole thing about this has been in the works for the years. That's even worse than the shit you saying now. I'm telling you, they had an argument. He said, well, get your shit and get up out of here then if you don't like it. Vince said, hey, I got somewhere I can go right now. And now it's just like when people talk about Mark Stoops ain't got it no more. Same thing happened with Calipari when that Arkansas stuff came up. Somebody posted it and it was some truth to it, but it was so outlandish nobody bought it until it started picking up steam. Where I'm at, what you just said, and everybody's in the chat saying where I'm at with that, if it's been going on for years, that's BS. Like if you've been flirting with them for years and that's your boy, dumb. Like dumb. Now he might be trying to find an exit plan, or they might be coming up with a plan and giving him offers, and he didn't like the offers. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying at this point, the season was over. Everybody was upset. They cutting players. Man, get these players out of here. Most of the players we getting out of here are the ones that Vince brought.
Right.
So now, well, you bring another one, you bring another class in like that, your ass going too. Right after the season's over, everybody was heated. So I'm with you and everybody that's in the chat. I'm with you. It's probably time for him to go. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But there's too many things about it that ain't making sense.
Yeah, for sure.
It just ain't like, dude, if you've been friends with a person this long, so it goes to the questions you asking. Did Mark Stoops know about it? Like I said, because Mark ain't really said nothing. Like maybe he knows. But Mark may have gave him the blessing to go shop yourself around. And then now at that point, you can say, no, you went to Louisville. The effed up thing would be that Louisville was the only opportunity you had. Like Calipari talking about leaving here. Yeah, man, I can go anywhere in the country. All right, let's see. Excuse me. Or when your phone ain't ringing, that was a whole different story. But I do think BW, J.
That's Brian Johnson, the one that kicked the 6-3
field goal. Talk about how many times y'all snatched the feet out of jaws of victory.
6-3. Who was that? Was it Indiana that broke the streak? I think that was Indiana.
Yeah.
6-3.
I thought it was 0-3.
I think it was 6. Was it 3-0? 3-0 makes it even worse. Shit. At least get two field goal attempts. 6-3 will make it. 6-3 sounds better to me. It could be 3-0. I can't remember.
I thought it was 3-0. He scored all the
points. Oh shit, bro. Oh hell. So what you telling me, Ron, you would have missed that? We would have went the damn overtime. Hey, they might as well just call that a tie. Shit. Y'all can't put no damn point. Nah, dude. Y'all go look. That should be a rule, man. If two teams go into the regulation 0-0, no tiebreaker. Y'all just get a tie. 0-0. And it was raining. Shit, dude.
And that's why they couldn't get no points through there.
So BJ, pause. So Brian, so what you telling me? Bless you. I hope you didn't kick off the opening kickoff, because that means you sat your ass down for 40 plus minutes. Ain't do shit. Bless you. If we had the opening kickoff, Brian kicked the opening kickoff with, was it 12 minutes on the clock? Was it 15 or 12? I can't remember. He kicked that shit. Well, let's say he did this. I know this guy, this is crazy. If he kicked it off and kicked it through the end zone, so that means he just strided, whatever he strided and jogged. He didn't hit the field again for 48 minutes. Bless you. Look, Anthony, we iced our kicker unintentionally. We unintentionally iced our kicker.
That's what he said here. He just came out there one boop. Walk off, man. Oh my God.
Was it on the left hash too? I think it was on the left hash. Oh, dude, that.
I don't even think I was on the sideline.
You probably right. You was probably going to get some nachos from the concession stand, like for the lineman did last year.
Man, that's good going back down memory. I did. So there's no part of you. There's nobody in the chat since BJ, since Johnson want to go with you. Nobody thinks this is just market employed just to get some pump some blood back into our fan base, get them interested about football.
This ain't the right thing. This ain't the right way to do it.
Yeah, sure it is. Man, Vince is leaving. Yeah, Vince leaving. What? Oh no, what are we gonna do next? Okay. Who's the next? Now, mind you, if you bring them back, you're not even bringing them back as a coach. Well, I guess you would. I mean, you may have to. I don't know.
Yeah, but whoa.
I say you work. If he comes back, you work things around. And if he comes back off of what stuff you don't want his hands on the pot no more. All you want to do is smile and kiss babies.
Okay. All right. And all right. I'll allow him back if he goes to pay salary of $700,000.
Sheesh.
You ain't coming back at 1.3 or whatever he's making. You ain't coming back at that.
I get it. I think that's like I said, we could be negotiating something on our end right now. hey, if you want to leave, go ahead. You know, we can bring you back. We can take you if you don't feel like coaching. You know, you say so. What I don't understand what everybody's saying is bad, and I know a little bit more than I'm letting on to, like some personal stuff about it. But if you just deal with the NFL people, all you do is host NFL people, talk to the scouts, you know, come in and show them around the facilities, wine and dine them. What was the other thing I said? Oh, well, if they let him be the GM, I mean, you got co-GMs. Why not have co-GMs? But I'm with you. It would have to come with a pay cut. You can't just.
Yeah.
It would have to come with a pay cut. But I think all that's being discussed right now. I think, man.
And you definitely not walking back in that coach's locker room. Go your ass to that administrative building and deal with them and T. Neely and Slacks and deal with them. You can't come back. I'm just saying, you can't come back in that coach's locker room.
Hold on. Wait one MFing minute. Wait one MFing minute. This is where I'm confused with you. And this is where I'm confused with the media in general. And everybody knows something that happened inside it. Everybody knows. You keep saying he shouldn't be allowed back. Now, mind you, I'm not disagreeing with your saying. How do you know it was not him wanting to leave? It was, if you don't like, you said, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Now, I'm not saying he's like, I'm leaving. I'm not staying. I think I told you they were butting heads. Mm-hmm. So how are we gonna make this amicable? How can we fix this? Well, I'm telling you, you ain't recruiting no more. I'm telling you that. And we're going to let you coach the tight ends. We're going to let you do that little NFL shit you do. But you're not being GM and we're not recruiting. So why can't I? I've been doing it because we went 4-8, motherfucker. Okay. All right. Well, if that's the case, then I'll leave. Well, go ahead. Hold on. It's because you were reprimanded, which anybody would be upset.
That's the
but
reason.
You acting like he left in the middle of the night and everybody should be mad. No, if he comes back, put it like this. Do you feel any better? Do you feel any better about this? If he comes back with his tail tucked, and I say that meaning if he comes back and he's remorseful, like, you know what? That was my bad. That was my bad. I was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I don't think it's all concluded yet. Because everything I know was in the heat of the moment. But none of this is making sense. That ain't nobody taking a shot. Everybody's just dribbling the ball. Ain't nobody taking a shot. We ain't taking no shots. Louisville ain't taking no shots.
Just dribbling. And once it got out to the national media, no. That's just me. I, for one, if I'm coaching DBs, you a sucker to me. Because first of all, I don't know Coach Stoops well. I don't know how the coach's area is, but if he was able to call out his boy, I'm sure he's called out some other coaches. I'm gonna guarantee he did that. So ain't nobody else left. So now I'm looking at, dude, he just ripped me a new one after game 7 in 2021. But now your ass get one little thing, and now you got, I'm leaving. I'm taking my ball. No.
Because he was blamed, because he was essentially blamed for essentially blamed for the season. Because like you said, he was given so much, gave him reign of the whole, made the decision. He was associate head coach, which I don't believe the head coach was around the facilities enough to really do anything. So he kind of ran the program. It looks like he ran it in the ground. They had a conversation, and I'm with you on the whole thing where you talking about, well, maybe he's upset about this. All I'm saying is he's the only one. And I'm gonna give you another layer. I'm gonna give you one more layer. Just to think about it. And this is all me. This ain't nobody else. This is all me. Do you know who else, like you stated before, who else on that staff speaks to the public, speaks to the media public, just without it being a part of your normal duties?
No one.
Except
Stoops.
No, Vince.
So that's his normal duty.
Vince.
No, Vince is the only one. Oh, I thought you said who else.
No, right.
Yeah,
So Vince is the only one in that staff that if you wanted to MF the coaches or Stoops himself, like you want to argue me, why you said he got leaked to the national media? Vince been doing that stuff all year long. You think Martin Stoops is happy when he said we probably go 14-0 this year? We go 12-0. You think Martin Stoops be happy with that? And how much of do Vince believe? Maybe he believes it. Maybe, you know. But you the one who gotta, like, the players, the ones who gotta fight that.
Yeah.
Then you mess around and you say, like y'all, like we keep saying, whatever the roster was supposed to be last year, and it comes out to be 4-8.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So everybody's mad because he's going to Louisville? Because now if you were mad because your assessment is he's going to Louisville because he didn't want to be here, and he's like, I'm just going to Louisville. If that's your assessment, okay. I don't think that's the assessment. I think they butt heads. You can go sell yourself, and maybe Louisville jumped all over him because they want him the worst. Because you know what, you might be right about something else, man. So it's speculated he's gonna make a little bit less than he making now, or they want him bad enough they'll give him what he getting now, right?
Right.
So here's the thing. If they want him that bad, then they gonna get him. But if he also told him to go shop yourself, he got to go to the best bidder. I don't care if they wear red, purple, orange. Sure. Yeah. So that everybody keeps saying, well, like he jumped ship on us to go to Louisville. Like he wanted to go there. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that.
We are not rational. We are fans. Like don't put rational thoughts to it. We don't want someone to go to our rival. He could have went anywhere else. I hear what you're saying from a rational standpoint. But from a non-rational, I love Kentucky so much. Fuck you. That's what, yeah, you're right. It shouldn't matter where he went. But for me, being a Kentucky fan, there's two places you can't go. Louisville and Tennessee.
Brian Gasson got a good point, too. He brought Wolford back. Anybody had a problem? And I know because it wasn't Tennessee and Louisville. I know that. You didn't even call and say, you ain't even called and come back. Hey, coach, I got an offer on the table. I'm coming back.
Hey, we talked about this on Monday.
I'm just saying, man.
Come back.
And give him 100. I'm telling you, this thing ain't over. This thing ain't over. And give him 100.
You're right, though. You're right, man. With this is what, day 2? And nothing come out? Or really it's day 3, because whatever came out, no, it came out on Monday. So we went on the show Monday. It is almost Thursday. So we talking about 48 plus hours.
Right.
It ain't nothing but, something's fishy. Either somebody talked too soon without the ink drying. That makes no sense, though, Anthony. It still makes no sense to me. I hear you, but it makes no sense.
Vince ain't Wolford, but I feel like Vince, for most of his time here, has had more value than Wolford has. I will say that. If it wasn't for our offensive line coach passing away, we may never knew who Wolford was. We was always gonna know Vince was still gonna have a footprint. Right.
Well, I'll say this. If Sklar was still here, we wouldn't be in the position that we are as a team either.
Yeah, true. Everything will be fine and well.
Well, no, it'll be better because his ability to recruit and develop O-line, I don't think our O-line would have ever gotten this bad.
And it would have made everybody else look better. The quarterback carousel wouldn't have been as bad, and
just like
wouldn't be unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty. I don't know. I don't know. All this talking everybody doing, as far as I'm talking about the media outlets or whatever, it's almost certain that Vince is leaving. I just don't understand why it's taking this long.
You're right.
And Vince should have a buyout, shouldn't he?
And the only thing, that could be, there's two things now that could be a problem. Money is always a problem. Money is always a problem. Maybe Vince was promised something by Jeff, and now the people
Jeff Ruby or Jeff Brown?
Jeff Brown. He was promised something by Jeff Brown, and now the money people saying we can't do this. Or the buyout thing is an interesting one. Because if he's a position coach, it's a buyout. If it's not, there's no buyout. So maybe that's something they're talking about. Or maybe there's some language in there that it's a buyout either way it goes, and they thought they didn't have to buy him out. That could slow
they
it
may
down.
be looking at language. It might all be language at this point.
Interesting.
I will say that. Here's the other thing, our fan base. This is what y'all need to start looking at when y'all listen to these media outlets and people start putting microphones in Stoops and Vince's face and the other coaches. This is the one thing, man, you need to, and this is where I was talking to somebody, an elderly black lady. Well, not elderly, maybe in her late 60s. And she's just a big UK fan in general. She asked me something. They said Stoops popped up on the screen, and she was like, what's going on? I mean, Vince. Like, what's going on with Vince? I said, Vince going to Louisville. Oh, yes. I'm so happy. He's going to be the scapegoat. At least he ain't got to be the scapegoat. Now, here's the damn question. And this is what the fan base better start looking at. And this was Stoops better start looking at. If he let Vince leave or ask Vince to leave or persuades or pressures Vince to leave, and you don't fix them damn problems in that locker room, and I'm not saying it's Vince, but right now, everybody can say it's Vince. When we come back there, who could command that locker room? Like you said, Brad White ain't gonna do it. Our offensive coordinators ain't got the kahunas. Anwar just worried about his room. Stoops. He ain't gonna yell at them players. Maybe Wolford. Maybe
Washington. I don't know Washington's personality.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Because it ain't gonna be Collins.
He painted himself in the corner right now.
Hey, Mike.
You lose your scapegoat too.
Mike Stoops.
I don't know how well he's respected. There ain't nobody I know is respecting that locker room except Vince, in a sense, for what he does. And I think they don't really want to throw hands with Anwar either. They don't want to throw hands with him, but I don't think that's a coaching thing.
Right.
Like somebody tell you, sit your ass down or tell him to shut up. I don't know. I think that's what the fan base needs to look at. Now you can't really at this point bring nobody in from the outside because Stoops has created the culture. And if you want to say Vince has created the culture,
you said CJ. You said CJ.
Too green.
No, but you know, as a player, some of these guys still know who CJ is. He comes in with a little bit more. He can't come in like a hard ass, but he come in with a joking hard ass. You know what I'm saying? He can do it in a way that players would be a receptor. He can't come in, shoot the ass, but he can say, "Come on, fella, come on, man, sit down, bro, come on."
You know,
y'all know what time it is. It's time.
You know who was a nice guy that I didn't like. I really got on my damn nerves as a freshman when I was in the DB room. Caucasian guy. Rob Manchester.
You play with Rob Manchester?
Yes. He was that guy you were talking about. He was he was a coach the next year. He last year was my 95 year. My redshirt year.
No. Robert was gone.
Rob, no. How you think I know him? Then the very next year, he was holding cards and stuff for acting like a tough ass. Okay.
Because he was helping. He was a GA.
No, he was suiting up with us.
No way, dude.
Maybe he only played that. Maybe he stopped playing ball in that spring or something. Didn't he go to Paducah?
Yeah.
That's how I know, because all them Paducah dudes. See?
Rob had to finish.
Brian said he was still there. I'm telling you.
In 95?
I was in the DB room. He was in the DB room.
In 95. You said 95.
Yes. That was my first year. Okay. I was in 94. I was in high school.
Damn. So Rob was only 1 year? Damn. I thought Rob was 2. I thought Rob last year was 94.
No, Rob came out. Then Rob come out with Woodfork now. I played 2 years with Woodfork.
94, 95?
No, dude. 95 and 96. Was he there in 96?
Woody might have. I don't think Woody graduated with me, left with me. Oh, whoa. You talking about the spring?
Football.
Yeah, because I graduated in 97. Yes. Woody was there. Yeah. He graduated, but he didn't play in the 96 season, though.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I thought he was in the spring with me.
Not 90. He might have been spring of 95.
Okay, well.
They played that 95 season.
I
could have damn sure thought. So that means Rob I guess he was redshirted.
All I know is when we was in the DB room, he used to act like a tough ass. But all y'all did, everybody did. Everybody had a personality in that damn room.
Dude,
and then the next year he came back.
George Harris did not play with Rob Manchester.
Yeah, he did. Brian would know because Brian might be 1 year ahead of me.
Brian could be wrong too, sitting on the damn sideline being cold. Yeah.
All right. Oh man, so we ain't never gonna conclude it, huh? So you think it's a farce? You don't think it's a farce?
I don't know, and I don't know. Look, with what you putting down, I don't know what the fuck's going on. You got me. I have no idea.
It's just logic, man.
I have no idea. And honestly, right now, I don't give a damn.
You know what's crazy? I will tell you this straight up and down. And this is, I don't know what was going on with Calipari's situation, but you do know, or would you, if I told you this, would you agree with it?
Okay.
Oh, y'all have the same year. I did play 2 years with you, Van.
Yeah.
And you and Rob the same year?
No, Rob. I'm pretty sure Rob went out with Antonio Farrell. That was that after the night. So that would have been 1995. 94 football season. 95 was the graduating year.
I played with Antonio Farrell too.
Yeah, in 94.
And Jeff Speedy. Huh?
In 94.
No, I was in high school in 94.
Antonio Farrell graduated in 95.
Dude, I played with Antonio Farrell. They moved him to wide receiver. He wore number 5. He played quarterback the prior year. Why I got all these doggone facts? Then they moved Jeff Speedy in for him. And Jeff Speedy and Billy Jack was fighting over the quarterback position.
So Antonio Farrell graduated in 96. Is what you're trying to say.
The graduation year.
Yeah.
He played football in 95 and wore number. But you realize I redshirted in 95. That's why you never seen me around.
No, you might be right.
I didn't play with y'all.
No, you're right. Because Melvin Johnson graduated in 94. No.
5.
In 95.
I never played with Melvin Johnson.
Yeah. Melvin graduated in 95. He played on the 1 and 10 seed.
Yes, there we go. All right. Let me get back.
I can find out real quick with
what you trying to find out. I'm giving you all facts.
Because I don't believe that Rob Manchester was on the team my junior year. Because that was a graduating class of George and Reggie.
Okay, so we back to the bullshit again then. If JD Hall saying, just everybody keeps saying it, like none of this stuff is making sense. Like you talking about, and that may be why we can't compete in this conference, because we got things that we can't fix. Dude, everybody's saying Graham was the de facto GM the past couple years, but just didn't have the title.
Not play in 95.
What?
Oh, that would have been 96 season. So that would have been my senior year, right?
He was a grad assistant your senior year.
Yeah. Let's go 95.
And he might have been there Hal Mummy's first year. That first when Mummy came in the spring.
So you're all right. Antonio Farrell played in 95.
So you don't think I know who I lined up with like in practice or anything?
Okay.
Now I'm back where we being Van started the conversation. If the fan base feels like Big Dog is leaving because his feelings are hurt, I can see why y'all would be. I'm not looking at it that way. I'm looking at they had a conversation and they both tried to end it amicably, saying like, if you want to go shop yourself, go shop yourself. I don't think it was, I'm taking my ball and leave. I don't think it was that at all. I think he gave him, and that's why I think we are still at that crossroad now where, man, does Louisville want to pay a buyout, or is he going? If he wants to leave bad enough, can't he just disregard the buyout? If you really want to leave, so I mean, it's too much unraveling. This stuff ain't coming out because I don't think it's over. But I go back to what JD Hall just said, and if our program is operating like this, then I think if we operate in the Eddie Grant, everybody else got GM, like they naming their GM. If Eddie Grant is titled to GM or not titled to GM, but doing responsibility, just give him the damn title. Like, why wouldn't you just give him the title? Or why don't you just give Big Dog a title and let Eddie Grant do or just co-GM him if you can. I don't know.
You making sense, man. I'm not gonna lie. You making sense. I just can't see it. I hear you, man. You are that's why I said what you saying is giving me pause. I understand. From my standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. Damn, you're right. I'm looking at 1995 roster. Rob Manchester's on it.
Oh my God.
I was wrong.
Hard head, boy.
I just can't. I don't remember him. So, dude,
you want me to believe you looking something up from my own eyes, experience.
This is why it gave me pause. This is why big time. So Rob Manchester set his ass down behind Melvin Johnson and Marcus Jenkins, right? He had to sit, right?
Right.
So then they bring in Reggie Russ and George Harris, and they just put him right in front of him. I've been all this time, and y'all just slide these two motherfuckers from JUCO just sliding right in front of me. That's true. That's why it was hard for me to believe that he graduated in 96 and 95, or 96, 95 football season, because damn.
So the simplicity of this whole conversation is, I done told you about a lot of stories. The 2 years we was together, when I was on scout team and stuff that's happened, and I'm telling you, I know this because this is my experience. Rob, he's trying big time. Now, mind you, I was only a little freshman to him, right. But I also felt like, man, you're a white DB, so I don't know what you're talking about. And he's a little chunky, stocky, but he's from Paducah, so I knew he is tough. So the next year, I get ready to start playing a little bit, and he holding cards for scout team defense on offense. Now, mind you, I ain't really solidified myself. My redshirt freshman year, I didn't solidify myself. And he just talking shit, like just being a dick. So I was just like, man, I never liked him. But, after I started playing, when Mummy first came, then he started respecting me a little bit more, or I feel like I got a little bit more respect. And that's how I knew that he played with us. Damn. I don't know, man.
Dude, he was a freshman in 91. He must have had 2 red shirts.
Did he get injured?
No, he got injured in 91. 92. Damn, that just makes no. Okay. And before we get off, I got a question for you. We're gonna go to a tangent, since you know I'm a track guy. All right. And so in track, you have SEC championships, then you have a regional for NCAAs, then you have NCAA championship. There are a lot of guys right now watch today that are not running as well because they had to go SECs, regionals, then to nationals.
Right.
How important is the conference championship to you if you know in track going back to back to back, especially with how they do the schedule at nationals, is tough. Would you give your guys conference off knowing that you're not going to win? But if you ran everybody, you have a chance. You probably will win if you ran everybody at normal events.
No, I don't think I would. I think I would prepare better though, my roster, and try to. No, I don't think if they had a better, you said had a better chance to win a national?
No. They have a good chance of winning nationals, right?
Right.
But if you run your horses too much,
right,
that national might get hurt because you just ran them too much. But you can win. Look, you're the number one team in conference. And speaking of the number one team in nationals, but to get the national, you got to go through conference and regionals. So are you going to try and win conference with the potential of tiring your guys out for nationals? Because they got to run regionals.
Yeah. But I said the good track coach knows how to spread their points out and still let they big dogs eat. As long as you get to the top time. Now, why did you call? Well, I can't remember, Brian. But so what's your point?
Because I just for example, Anthony Jordan right now seems like he's a little tired. He didn't run too well in both his races.
Okay.
Is he beat up? Because in track you get beat up. If you run too many races, you can get beat up. Is he beat up? Because today he ran like he didn't. I want to say he ran like shit, but he didn't run like he normally runs. And I'm thinking because they used him up at conference.
What was the guy in the last Olympics that used to do all the talking and stuff, and would he win the 200 and then couldn't win?
Michael Johnson?
Who?
Michael Johnson?
No, the last Olympics, the sprinter.
Oh, no allows?
Yeah. That seemed like what happened with him. He used so much, but that was in one day though, right? Wasn't both of the races the same day?
It wasn't the same day. But he had COVID.
All right. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's right. I'm
gonna add some on to it. So in track coaches, the majority of coaches get more money or they keep their job because they win conference.
Got you.
Because conference is more important.
That's some funny crap there.
That's funny.
No, yeah. It's more. Come on.
Yeah, that's I'm just.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. How much time is it?
I think there's 2 weeks between conference and regional.
I don't know, man. You think they're that good in shape, or maybe they just not in good enough shape?
No, dude. You as an elite runner, I'm just letting you know. As an elite runner, when you have put in so many races during the season, that ain't that much time. When you have ran indoor and outdoor, and you have 10 plus meets in your legs, it can be a problem.
Pause. Man, I wasn't about to let that slide.
I didn't say long meats. I just said meats. I didn't say hard meats either.
Come on, man. Stop, man. Oh my God.
Bro.
But like I said, I just think, man, it's 2025, man. You should, man. They should have technology. I mean, just like when we played football, how long did it take you to recover? When they used to have to cut your knee open, now everything's arthroscopic. Man, it's
Yeah,
it shouldn't affect them that much, man.
Well, as a track guy, they didn't have regionals back in the past. They added, just like they add conference championships in football, add another game, they added another layer. So it's a little different now.
All right. Well.
Hey, PJ, pause. We on here at the same time every Wednesday night.
Right.
Just pull up a
But
chair.
he said he got to start getting back on the check, man. We might have got dry there. Might have got stale for a little while.
Okay.
Might have got stale. So we ain't concluded anything. None's been concluded. There's a whole lot of speculation.
Well, shit. You just said it's not concluded. How can we conclude something when it ain't concluded?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying everybody acting like they know, like the writing's on the wall and all this. Because I did tell you. I don't know if I made the point I was making. I'm not sure. So the person who says Stoops and Vince ain't even talk. None of the coaches know what's going on. I don't even know if Stoops knows. I know for a fact one coach don't, and so in the locker room, none of the coaches knows what's going on. They finding everything out through the news.
Damn.
Because Stoops and
that says
Vince
a lot.
Ain't got no reason to speak. Huh?
So hold on now. Is Vince coming back like he's like, because they work in the summer? Is he coming back every day like he working? Or not?
Can't answer that.
Because that would be awkward.
He ain't cleaned his office out. He ain't been back yet, so he ain't cleaned his office out. Now he could pull old Texas A&M. Who that they got? Jimbo Fisher. Hey man, don't even clean. Don't come back on campus or nothing, man. We send you your stuff.
You just added 2 men down layers to this. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm done talking about it.
Oh, that's what everybody keeps saying. Thamel. Yeah, man. And you know what?
Oh, I could be on every Sunday, but I'm not gonna come on every Sunday to come on every Sunday. You know what I mean?
No, he said this Sunday. Oh,
I thought he said every Sunday.
No, it did.
Okay.
That's what Larry Bart said. He wants you on this Sunday. I will tell you this. Yeah. I will tell you this when we get out of here. I will tell you this. Everything that's going on, and just like Chandler said, it ain't making our program look good from Stoops' behalf. Only person who don't look bad is Vince. He just looks upset because he's looking like shit. I can go over here or want to, or I guess he probably could stay at UK. But the fact that nobody knows what's going on and we letting the media dictate, it just look like a shit show. But you know what? It's funny because that's our it seems like even Jock Jones said it. It seems like that's how our locker rooms been operating the past couple of years, where nobody got control of nobody. Everybody just out here just doing what they want to.
Just slanging for no reason, huh?
Yep. So, but we went from, like I told you. So that's why I gave you the other angle real early in the show, man. I think we went from no media to just trying to get a little buzz, and we ain't got no control over it now. Now everybody's speculating, and it's spiraled out of control. The best thing we can do right now is get them signed to Louisville or bring them back and say, you know what? Hug in front of everybody, hug on camera in front of everybody, and say, we fix it. Whatever we do stays in house. We got to fix. We ready to suit up this fall. That's all you got to do. Like I said, if it keeps at this pace, we just look like we have no idea what the hell's going on. We ain't signing nobody for his positions. Like he ain't left, so we just doing summer workouts without no tight end coach. And who's talking to the recruits? It's ill, man. Right now, it's ill. And you know who we need to ask? If anybody, I need to ask Kelly Craft. Larry Vaught, give me Kelly Craft's number. I'm gonna ask her what's going on. See what the hell's going on with our team. All right. That's what I just said, man. Exactly how it's been. All right, but you coming on Sunday, man? You going 3 days?
Damn. That is a lot. Y'all don't want to hear my voice no more. We'll
you know how it is on Sunday though. You only get number 3 minutes. And them breaks come back to back to back to back. We get you on 11, 11:30. That's
right.
7 minutes the first segment, 3 minutes,
That's
so
fine.
10 minutes talking time.
That's fine. That's fine.
So by then we may know something.
We ain't gonna know shit apparently. Shit.
Now that's some, like, before we go, but now that's some bull, and it's kind of slick. If Vince just ain't answering his phone and all this, and I'm telling you, Vince probably he probably made the phone call himself to go ahead and post this publicly. Because like, so why ain't nobody moving forward with it? And if the Stoops ain't talking, Vince ain't talking to Stoops, their program ain't going up forward. Our program ain't going up forward.
I just hope he just, as you said, call his bluff and hire CJ Conrad. Like, we ain't got no spot for you.
I keep hearing both sides. I keep hearing that Kelly seemed surprised, but they was having a conversation a couple days prior. So I don't know what that conversation was about. That'd be a bad way to move on out. Like, I just talked to you 2 days ago and you ain't tell me you was about to pull this stunt.
Right.
That's why it might not be no stunt being pulled, Van. Man, hold your horses, man. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. And y'all just go tell everybody, yeah, they said on the locker, this probably was a park. Then we're gonna start charging.
Anthony White said.
All right, man. Head on over to YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok. We ain't really on there, just really on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So like, subscribe, share, follow, bring your friends next week. Bring Brian back. Brian, bring some of the former players back so they can tell more stories, so we can jog Van's memory. We'll be back next week.